It happened by accident.
Those are the best. The accident.
Welcome back. We have an exciting video today.
When we first started our overlanding adventure, we were hoping to be somewhere warm for the winter. It didn't happen that way, so we figured we would add an extra source of heat to our overlander Bart.
And here it is, and it is wood. And we're going to tell you all about it, why we chose it, why we put it here, and how we installed it. Yeah, let's go to it. So our primary heat source is a diesel air heater, but this is more romantic. At least, isn't that what I sold you on?
That's what he sold me on.
This is dry heat. It's
cozy.
It's cozy. It has a nice ambiance with the glass front.
The warmth of the air is a lot more stable. It doesn't come on and off, kick on and off.
Yeah, and we're in an area where it's humid and the snow melting, it's raining, and so this will also help take the humidity down inside. And who wouldn't want to burn cute little pieces of wood like this, right? I mean, it makes firewood real easy to go get firewood. To begin with, I purchased this stove from Tiny Wood Stove Company in Idaho. And this is a dwarf model. It's the smallest one that they make. It's perfect for what we are doing here. It's a dwarf model. And it's very heavy. It's probably 60 pounds or so, just the stove itself. And a couple features. It has really nice thick steel on it, so it actually gets warm and holds heat. The door is a nice cast iron door. And of course the glass, which adds the romance and ambiance. And inside it actually has fire brick all the way around. So you can pull this little handle here, and that fills up a little ashtray. You can take that out and dump it. It also has 3 different sources of air. It has this here, which is an air wash, which allows the air to come down in front and keep the glass clean, because it burns the gases up that would otherwise be sticking to your glass. Then it has a primary and secondary air on the bottom, which comes in the back, and this one changes how the air flows inside and just rolls around. It's really neat. We'll start a fire and see if we can get that for you. It has legs that are removable, so you could put a different stand underneath it if you wanted to. If you're interested in this wood stove and where we purchased it, there's a link in the description below. You can go and take a look. They have a great website. You can go through and actually build your whole package if you want to.
You might wonder why we chose this location to set our wood stove up, and it is a temporary setup because when the slide outs are rolled out, we have a lot of space, so this is perfect. But when we rolled our slide out in, we need to be able to pack the wood stove in its own little case and store it for when we travel down the road.
And what she really means is that when we go south in the summertime, we won't need this thing. So we'll just keep it out of sight, out of mind.
But it's there. As you can tell today, it's snowing.
Oh, it's coming down. Okay, so the stand that this is sitting on is kind of neat because it came out of a Sprinter van. So it's repurposed Sprinter shell of aluminum. So this is a place where when we're packing the stove out, we just stick it right in this hole, and it doesn't slide around there. I have some foam I put around it that keeps it from bouncing around. And we have 2 handles from an old toolbox that I put on here. We can just carry it right out and secure it in the trailer. Now I'm going to show you how the stovepipe works and how it sets up. When we purchased the stove, we bought the whole entire package, the cap, the boot, the sleeves, all the connectors. It was a real easy order, and they just sent it out to me, and it went together like a glove. So this just lifts up like that. And those are my 3 pieces of pipe. So that is a total of 6 feet. Ooh, look at the snow coming in there.
I told you it was snowing.
Okay, I'll put it back in there. So when we show up, we should be able to do this right here. There we go. That's it.
Easy peasy.
Yep. Start us a fire. Kind of made a mess. That was one of Catherine's main concerns, was how much mess is it going to make in our place. What's really neat, it's right next to the door, so it's easy to sweep out, and we don't have to walk through the whole place for bringing firewood in. Our huge armloads of firewood.
So Ray has had a wood stove pretty much all of his growing up years, and even most of our married life, we've had a wood stove. So when we built this Overlander, it was kind of hard for Ray to think that he wouldn't have a wood stove, but he made it work after all.
I convinced her. It was the idea of romance.
Cozy.
Yeah,
drinking your coffee by the crackling fire.
So romantic as it is, it's supposed to strike a match, right?
Oh,
woo!
You're cheating.
I need to trim my eyebrows anyway.
The best way to start a fire.
Right there.
The torch.
Okay.
Having a straight pipe like that probably helps with the draw too, doesn't it, Ray?
Well, so the length and the size, it really draws nice. I mean, if you get down here, you can listen. Second here.
So Ray was smart and he pre-burned the paint outside before we started a fire here in the wood stove.
So it wasn't my intelligence, it was a recommendation of a friend. Said, hey, it stinks. And I'm really glad we did that.
But it's good to listen to people sometimes.
You can learn a lot from people. You're not going to live long enough to make all your own mistakes.
No.
Okay, so when working with a small space, you got to think about how things are going to interact with each other. And one thing I was thinking about was this bathroom door right here. It has this nice handle, which is right in the middle of the glass height. And also, this is a mirror. And so I have to think of kids and all that stuff. So this hits right there on the cabinet before it hits the door, the glass door. Even if somebody really slammed it. This thing was getting nice and warm back here. This slides right in that crack and goes in like that.
Sweet.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple hooks on here and we can hang gloves back there. It'll dry out.
Well thought out, Ray.
That happened by accident.
Those are the best. The accidents.
They are. In this project, I'm going to use my Sawzall. It's not the best for cutting around whole, but I'm going to do it anyway. And on our trip, we met these wonderful gentlemen that said they were going to send me something. They gave me an address, and look what they sent me. Morris Company here sent me a whole pack of Sawzall blades. Yeah, and there's an assortment of metal and wooden nail and better blades. And this nice little case, little tube for storing it all, which, you know, actually it's kind of nice. I've never had a tube for storing it. So let's experiment, see how they work. So Estelle is my videographer today. She is the one that's running the camera and making suggestions, right, Estelle?
Yeah.
Yep. You're doing a good job. Let's get this done before the sun goes down, okay?
Yeah.
The blade actually cut really good. I put it through the riggers with kinking in there a few times and it straightened out, and the teeth are actually really still sharp on there. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks pretty good. This is our pipe setup. So keeps it from falling. All the dirt stays outside. When we travel down the road, I have two pieces here. We're going to see if all of our calculations worked out through the roof. Bring that cap, could you, Tyler? What do you think of it?
I like it. It's cozy. It's cute.
Yeah? All right, I like how it went together. If you guys have any questions or comments about what I should have done different, or how I did or why I did something, make sure you put it in the comments and we'll try and get back to you as soon as we can. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, and give us a thumbs up. Thanks. Have a good day.